back to the island of paradise, though not paradise for everyone. It turns out that this island may not be so nice after all. Maybe it could be that it's impossible to make paradise. Maybe if you try to make paradise, you only make it for a select few, and the rest of the people have to suffer. Maybe that's just the nature of things. But we're about to find out the nature of things right now as we're about to go up to that trial. Judge is up there. And, you know, I was just standing here and I realized in all this wandering around the island, I never actually wandered back into the courthouse. That seems strange. Like, we're just right here. We're standing in front of the HQ, like Carmelina is close by. But, I never actually just walked back up here, even when I was just wandering around. That seems odd. There's the barracks over there. And of course, we have been to the barracks. We were climbing all over those barracks. But Judge, all this time, has been waiting patiently in the courthouse right here. And it's time to talk to Judge. Time to say that we've collected all the evidence and we are ready to accuse.
The investigator. Are you our savior as well?
So I turned the voices back on, just, you know, so we'll be able to actually hear what all these characters are supposed to sound like.
Is paradise worth saving?
But of course, as we know, not all the lines are voiced. Only some of them, and sometimes you get, like, sound bites which don't actually match things, so let's see how much is actually voiced here. Okay, it stopped being voiced now. Are you ready to start the trial that will determine the fate of the syndicate? Have you found facts and crafted a truth? I'm ready to work through this with you, Lady Love Dies. We shall examine your case files and cast light upon the shadowy recesses where truth lies.
Truth will open.
See, that doesn't match. Are you ready to begin the trials, Lady Love Dies? This is the point of no return. Ensure that you're happy with your evidence and reasoning. There is no going back. Yep, we've done all we can. Let's expose the truths. Neil Breen style. Are you sure, Lady Love Dies? This is the point of no return where we descend to the madness of crime. The penalty for anyone you convict of... Oh, any crime... The penalty for any and all crimes is death, as dictated by syndicate law. Please be sure. You know, I'm afraid more facts are still out there. I'm almost salivating for the trial. The truth cannot hide. I might as well save right outside the courthouse. Like, I do have a save file somewhere else on the island, but just in case, if we want to reload, we can just come right back out here. Oh, never unlocked this fast travel. What is my final skin? Symbols of justice. Justice, 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 justice. Let's save.
Getting saved.
All right. We have saved outside the courthouse. So just in case if we... I don't know how this is going to go. Just in case we want to just load and come back in here.
Is paradise worth saving? The door to truth will open.
Start trials. Start the trials and cross the point of no return into the abyss of crime.
Time to breathe life back into paradise.
I mean, I don't think many people are going to be alive after this. I'm overjoyed to hear that. Please wait while I assemble the suspects in the Chamber of Justice. The trials begin. Paradise hangs in the balance. Let me explain how we shall uncover truths and lies. We will hold a trial for each case file logged in Starlight. Okay, so each case has its own trial.
Show me your truth.
It's not just the murder of the council, it's all of those separate cases, all need guilty people. You will choose which suspect you wish to accuse and present your argument against them. I am an impartial tool of justice. I shall analyze your evidence and determine if you have proven your case. Can you break alibis? Can you put the suspect at the scene? How strong is your case? All that matters is that justice is carried out. I'm not interested in speculation and weak prosecutions. Justice wants very confident prosecutions. I need the truth. We will find the suspect responsible for each crime.
The truth will open.
You know, it just occurs to me that if you didn't do that much of an investigation, you wouldn't have gotten a lot of these cases, so there would be less people to actually incriminate in this case. Anyone found guilty will be executed. This is the crime to end all crimes. Anyone involved cannot be allowed to infect Perfect 25 with their criminality. You will do the execution. The investigation freak will execute justice. Be confident about who you accuse. Are you clear on how the trial... No, I'm not, but I don't need you to repeat that. Let's breathe life back into paradise. I'm ready to go. Let's breathe life back into paradise. The goat roars. The goat is not so silent now. Judge? The island is ending. Our home shatters before us. This farce has gone on for long enough. It is time to move to the new island, Judge. I am the acting leader. I initiated the shutdown.
I'm the leader.
Okay, I guess that's your voice. We haven't actually heard it. The prime suspect has been sitting behind bars while the freak runs around the island chasing down false leads. I mean, have you seen her? She's just climbing up hillsides and falling back down and jumping and air dashing all over the place. Crawling along ledges? What is she even doing?
Dare you?
You have until the end of the island to do your trial. The truth may not be as simple as you believe, Architect. I'm doing this for the good of the Syndicate. Perfect 25 is waiting. You can't do the... Judge, the clock is ticking. What does this mean for the trials? We don't have much time, Love Dies. The white smoke of oblivion threatens to consume the truth. You will have one desperate chance to find the truth for each case file. Make it count.
Be what you want.
The rest of the Syndicate are in agreement. It's time to move on and execute Henry.
What fucking ever?
Well, fuck you. You're overstepping your authority, Architect.
The truth are not the same.
Judge, let's breathe life back into paradise. Love Dies, you are authorized to once again wield your service weapon. Take hold of a chamber full of justice. Use it at the end of the trials to execute the guilty. Any involvement with this heinous crime carries the sentence of death.
This is nonsense.
Judge, this is severe. This is the crime to end all crimes? Any amount of involvement is a heresy against the gods and an atrocity against the Syndicate. Or do you disagree?
Pardon?
I don't. Be strong in your accusations, investigator. The penalty for any of these crimes is death. And it's been a while since I executed justice.
Journey into truth and justice begins.
All right, judge said it. Okay. Everyone's standing in their things. Both of them get one? I mean, they're married, but I don't know why they both get one. And there's my gun, which, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be picking that up now. We have to prove people are guilty before we actually shoot anyone, I assume. Architect?
I'm the leader.
Investigator, this island is ready to die and a new one started. Do not delay in prosecuting Henry. All the evidence points to him. I mean, no. There's a lot of evidence. Witness, Lady Love Dies. This is it, isn't it? The reckoning, the future of paradise. I hope you make the right choices. So do I. Yuri? Freak, get this over with. We all know who did it. You're wasting my time. Grand Marshal? Nanoracito, you better get this right. Henry did it and needs to be executed. Wrap this up. Well, everyone's... Actually, Witness is the only one who didn't tell me to incriminate Henry right now. He just said, Make the choice you think you need to. Crimson, hope you know what you're doing, lady. You better have the evidence you need for whatever you're planning. Henry, this is a formality, right? I'm lined up to get my head blown off, aren't I? That's what we're here to find out. Doctor, love dies. If you prosecute me, will I get conjugal visits? Sorry, Doc. The punishment for this crime is going to make that difficult. Lydia, Sam, hey, LD. We're cool, right? We're in the clear, aren't we? We'll find out at trial, guys. All right, well, I guess that's everyone. Speak to the suspects and collect your gun. We'll commence the trial. Okay, now I pick up my gun. So I want to make sure this is the right time to pick up this gun. Investigator's gun. Love dies' gun for executing the guilty. Decorated with like a goat skull on it. You have retrieved your gun. I hope you appreciate how serious your accusations will be. Return to the stand when you are ready to talk.
Lady Love dies.
Investigator, we'll begin the trials. A lot of truth or fact. A lot of preamble for this trial. Henry's escape. Henry allegedly escaped during his execution, broke through the prison bars, and headed to the council building, murdering the martial guards, traversing the holy seals, killing the council before being apprehended at the scene. Truth or fact? How did Henry escape? How did the accused killer break out of incarceration? Is it as the report states, or did something else happen? Henry Division is alleged to have escaped the desolation cell and murdered the council. Investigator, peel back the shroud of inscrutability and bring forth the sweet smile of truth. State your truth, and Judge loves these flowery dialogue. Okay, consider the facts and find your truth. Who will you accuse of the crime? Well, Akiko is the one who we have the most... look at all this evidence we have against Akiko on this. Yes, we do think that Akiko is the one who broke him out. So here's Henry. Evidence against him. Witness to the end. So witness did have... We were thinking that the strange device was his, which agitated Henry's inhibitors. So we think that he was in on it. Carmelina did not have any evidence in this case. Crimson, no. Doomjazz, no. Lydia, no. Sam, no. Yuri Knight, One Last Kiss. Actually, One Last Kiss is not here. Well, I mean, she's dead, so she wouldn't be. Nonagate, Dead Killer Demon. I like that Dead Killer Demon's here. All right, so it orders them based on the amount of evidence that we have. And we're absolutely accusing Akiko of this one. Let's see. Are you sure you want to continue with this accusation? And present your evidence to the judge. Once you confirm, you will not be able to reverse the court proceedings. We're sure. Suspect confirmed.
Crime is repulsive.
I believe this was part of a plan by Akiko. Oh, Cheeto. I've been mispronouncing it all this time.
Nenorachito, you're out of your mind.
The freak is lying. Tuata hasta el porcari. The Grand Marshal broke the primary suspect out of the prison she put him in.
Your truth.
President, your evidence. Construct the truth! Okay. So there was broken procedures, broken barns. We have a lot. We got a lot of stuff. Akiko broke procedure when she went to execute Henry. She shouldn't have gone by herself. She was either doing something illicit or giving him an opportunity.
Che?
Ah, is that the best you've got? I thought you were supposed to be the investigation freak, speculating with nothing to back it up. Seems like a poor showing for judges, Big Hope. She's right. That is speculation and not evidence. Present your evidence. Construct the truth. All right, so let's see. I might want to bring up the phone. And if I wanted to do that, well, I might want to bring up the alibi breaker, which is that she was supposed to be on the island, Desolation Cell Island, at the time of the murder, but we found that she was not. She was at Syndicate HQ because of the phone records. So I'm assuming this is the, this would be backed up with evidence here. I can break Akiko's alibi. The truth requires us to examine Akiko's alibi. Akiko went to execute Henry, but alleges that Henry escaped at 23:52. She claims she found him outside the council building at 3. I called witness as I left the desolation cell to go to the barracks to organize the search for Henry. Can anyone confirm that the Grand Marshal returned to the barracks? The marshals confirmed that she went back to the barracks.
Don't test me.
However, it is hard to take their word as they are fiercely loyal to you and refuse to give me any physical evidence. Did you confirm the phone call?
Like this.
Akiko's phone records are apparently classified, and the investigator isn't allowed access to them. Witness confirmed he got a call from Akiko.
Paradise feels wrong.
I took Witness's phone and analyzed the records at a comms tower. Starlight did some backtracing on the calls, and appears Akiko lied. The call she made to Witness wasn't from the Desolation Cell. The comms tower put her location at Syndicate HQ, which throws her timeline of events into question and puts her near the scene of the crime. Gura Tarfa Minsinoasa. Watch your language in the House of Justice. There are to be executions, but there is not to be cursing. Please. She's lying. Her little pocket calculator is wrong. She hasn't checked my phone. The data is incorrect.
Mine is repulsive.
Witness testified that on the call from Akiko, he couldn't hear the Desolation Cell's distinctive dreadful atmosphere or the ocean. That isn't conclusive proof, but it still suggests she wasn't where she claims. The rock of secrecy has been lifted and the truth exposed. The Grand Marshal's alibi has been broken. Present your evidence, construct a truth. So, I guess we're not actually going to reveal that we went into the barracks and got the records from the servers there, because we do actually have evidence, I think, of this, but it doesn't seem like we're mentioning it. Okay, why don't we talk about the, how about these broken bars? The bars on the prison bridge were supposedly torn open by Henry with his demonic strength. Starlight analyzed the bars and found traces of thermite, not demonic residue. Thermite is a military-grade explosive that burns through pretty much anything. Akiko faked that part of his escape. Grand Marshal.
Do you want to die?
Never trust computers. And she hasn't thought of a better excuse for this. Like, we gave her warning that we were going to bring this up. Her only excuse is still that the computer was wrong. Henry is demonic. What does Starlight know about demons? The freak tried to analyze something that Starlight doesn't recognize, and the closest match is thermite. Residue sample, 68.7% thermite, 29 barium nitrate, 2% sulfur, 0.3% polybutadiene acrylonitrile. No traces of unknown chemicals found. Thermite is an antimaterial weapon and burns at an extremely high temperature.
Mine cannot hide.
Akiko used it to open the prison bars and make it look like Henry escaped.
Chito.
This is a lie? A good truth, please. Let us sample some more.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. All right. I don't know if the order of these matter. I think we're just going to present all of our stuff anyway. Let's talk about this time frame. The time frame in Akiko's report doesn't match up. There is no way Henry could have got off the Desolation Cell, made it to the council building, traversed the Holy Seals, and murdered the council, and be found at 3. Impossible time frame. Akiko lied. Tasi naibi dengura guinuili. Grand Marshal, respect the civility of the courthouse. Do you have a proper response?
Chito.
She's making that up. The freak is making me out to be a liar. She's cooked up a little story to frame me. This is a bad response. I mean, everything we said is confirmable here. How did Henry cross the island, get through all the seals, murder the council, and exit the building by 3 minutes? Your Honor, please. I may be just a small town lawyer, but even I know that's impossible. That's the Prost. He's got the demon in him. The demon gave him speed and strength. It's actually pretty awesome. There's no evidence to suggest that. That's correct, Grand Marshal. Your word here isn't good enough. You are speculating without any evidence to back it up.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence. All right, let's talk about these inhibitors. Henry was dosed up with inhibitors. How could he have escaped if he was fully sedated? Doctor, was his dosage correct?
The island is about to end.
Yes, Judge, as it has been for the last 10 years. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? The demon inside him tricked us. It waited for the right moment. The inhibitors had never been right, but we didn't know. Doctor? It's quite the claim. It would mean the demon was capable of plotting and fooling us for a decade. Yeah, and I don't know why there would be what the reason would be that the demon would have been waiting all this time.
How?
There's no medical evidence to suggest that this happened.
Love dies. All that remains are the facts.
Very convenient that the demon pulled the trick off right at the end of the island. Why attack sooner? This isn't hard evidence, but I am taking it into consideration.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. Okay, let's talk about Henry. I can break Henry's alibi. Lady Love dies. Henry stands accused by everyone except you. Do the facts lie? Do you believe in the official version of events? I mean, if we did, we wouldn't be here. No, the truth is distorted.
Paradise feels...
The facts are wrong. Henry didn't go to the council building by himself. Fuck yeah! This is getting interesting.
Don't test me.
Henry remembers almost nothing about last night except seeing New Night. Right, and we got into the barracks, so we saw New Night as well. He specifically remembers seeing the goddess. She didn't speak to him. He saw the goddess. The only statue of New Night is in the barracks, and a normal citizen can't know that because the barracks are classified. Henry has been in the barracks, though. That's where detainees are processed when they're arrested. The statue is in the main barracks grounds. Prisoners don't go through there. Correct, Akiko? When I was arrested on Island 13, I only ever saw the entrance to the barracks, which connects directly to the underground holding cells. I'm not answering that. It's classified. Grand Marshal, you'll be found in contempt if you refuse to answer. Fine. Arrested individuals are taken through the main gate and directly down into the holding cells.
I cannot hide.
Henry could have only have seen New Night if he went through the tunnel that connects the Desolation Cell to the barracks. When he was arrested and taken to the Desolation Cell, he'd have had to go through the main barracks grounds, though.
Like this.
That was 10 years ago. He has lost all of his memories from that incident. The only thing that he remembers is New Night. Last night. This sounds like a stretch, investigator.
Test me.
The only way to get to the council building from the Desolation Cell in the window of time stated is via the front gate of the HQ. The Nightmare computer logs on the HQ entrance have no record of Henry going through them. I don't believe he went through them. If he didn't go through the entrance, this whole case is thrown in disarray. Henry was found with the blood of the victims in his stomach, but I don't think he ingested them himself. How else did the blood get inside him? I found this bottle on the rocks below where Henry was found. It had been used to hold blood. Starlight analyzed the blood in it and matched the remains to all of the council members. How did it get there? There are no fingerprints, but my theory is that someone took council blood from the scene, placed it in the bottle, and forced Henry to ingest it. Why? To scapegoat him for the crime. They were rushed or sloppy and casually discarded the bottle, assuming no one would question the lie. You can't prove this, though. The demonic sigils that cover Henry's body were found daubed in blood at the scene of the first Seal Marshals. What of them? Henry doesn't draw those symbols. There are no records of this occurring, and it is not in line with how the demon inside him behaves. The sigils formed on his skin through the projection of demonic language from the demon inside him. The demon scorched him with its own anger. Did the demon make him draw them? No, the demon doesn't micromanage Henry's actions, it just sets him on a path. Henry doesn't speak the demon's language either. I find it unlikely that Henry would perfectly recreate sigils from a language he doesn't speak. How did they get there, then? Most likely drawn by whoever was trying to frame Henry. Fake sigils? Couldn't he have copied them from his own body? Only if he had a mirror and the time to do it. Very well. Excellent work. You have taken the lid off the box containing the truth. The cat lies inside. Is it alive or is it dead? Only if we find out if the cat is alive or dead will we know justice. Henry's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. Nothing right now. I have nothing to present. You have proven that the official version of events for Akiko's and Henry's movements last night are total fantasy. Combined with your evidence, you have created a truth that glints brilliantly in the light shown by the facts. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, jumped into the ball pit of honesty. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of lies and let the blood of truth flow. Man, has Judge been spending as we've been investigating this, have Judge spending all this time just writing down these lines, waiting to use them when we came back? Dots. A truth is revealed. Oh, that was the sound of Judge ruminating. A truth is known. The truth proves. Akiko, guilty. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? The harsh light of truth has shone upon your crime, and you will be sentenced to death. You were sworn to protect our beloved council. You pledged your blade for so long. You were a beacon of purity. Now you will be executed, and the marshals will lose their leader. The island sequences will never be the same again. I mean, I guess they already weren't going to be. Why did you do it? You said I wouldn't hang for this. I beg your pardon, Grand Marshal. This was never part of the plan, you pompous Tarfa. Who are you talking to?
Kill you.
Carmelina, you said this would work. Now I have a gun to my head. If I'm going down for this, so are you.
The ravings of the guilty lashing out.
I have no idea what she's talking about. Tell us everything, Akiko. You have nothing left to lose. If you were set up, you can have revenge. You promised to induct my soldiers into the syndicate if I helped you. Now I'm going to be executed. Si os sorcina de rahat toto este. Alright, we already figured that, but we are getting testimony now from Akiko. You used me. You weren't careful enough, and now I'm going to die. I faked Henry's escape. I was supposed to deliver him to outside the council building, phone witness, and report that I found him after the council were dead. Carmelina. She's lying. She's been found out in her own little scheme, and now she's trying to take innocent people down with her. I took Henry through the barracks to the council building. The official report is a lie. Lady Love dies? Sounds like a conspiracy, Judge. Open a case file. New case file, even now during the trial. Carmelina's conspiracy. There is evidence to suggest Carmelina may have been the mastermind of a conspiracy to kill the council. Judgment is passed. Convicted. My facts have become truth. Lady Love dies. While you're in here, you do not have access to the phones you have been using to record your progress. Would you like me to save your progress now? Yeah, sure. I will save your progress before the next trial begins. All right, we have one slot, so there we go. One empty slot.
Getting saved.
Truth or fact? Okay, the next case, Henry's demonic possession. So, decade ago, Henry became possessed by a demon, killed his mother, allowed demonic corruption to spill into the world. Area around his apartment was sealed off and became the dead zone. During his arrest, he killed Grace Bloodlines. For the last 10 years, he's been contained and sedated in a desolation cell with inhibitors. Investigator, Starlight has logged Henry's possession a decade ago as a case file related to the murder of the council. Is Starlight being overzealous, or do you believe there is something there that warrants investigation? Was someone else involved with Henry's possession and the demonic invasion that spelled doom for the island? Maybe. Okay, so Henry, let's see. He had the Grim War, the school report, the previous rituals, but Yuri was the one that we suspect that actually gave him this book. He was the one who, let's see, he accessed the restricted vault, the most dangerous books about grimoires and demons. Had Yuri given him the book? And no one else has any evidence about that. So, well, you figured this was coming.
Paradise feels wrong.
I believe Yuri pushed Henry down the path to possession.
Insufferable.
I thought you were supposed to be an investigation freak. You've got nothing on me. Present your evidence. Construct the truth. Okay. What about this demonic book?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Inside a safe in Henry's apartment is one of the forbidden tomes of demonology from the library vault.
What do you mean?
What's that got to do with me? Which book? The Grimoire of Majida. A frightful tome. How did a citizen come to obtain one of the restricted texts?
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. All right. Well, we know that Yuri accessed the vault.
Crime is repulsive.
Yuri accessed the vault that contains the books on demonology. I believe Yuri took books on demonology and gave them to Henry, preying on a vulnerable mind and pushing him towards communicating with the gods. The plan was for him to become possessed. The plan? The freak wouldn't know a plan if she saw it. She's just making up stories and you're going along with it.
Worthless.
Exile caused her brain to rot, unlike my body, which is perfection. You're letting the freak fool you with lies, speculation, and fiction.
I have a bad feeling about this.
My plan will become clear in later case files. There is a conspiracy at play, and I need you to trust me. If I get this wrong, you can reverse the conviction. I'll go back to the idle lands, and Yuri can walk free. Someone committed the crime to end all crimes, and the path to the truth is a winding one.
Nonsense.
We cannot go on trust. This is not justice. Also, prosecutor, you can't say, let me do this, and if I'm wrong, then you can sentence me. That's not how court works at all. Do not dare to lecture me on justice. I am justice incarnate. The court trusts the investigator.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. Henry told me a stranger supplied him with the tome that would lead to his possession. I wonder if Henry might recognize Yuri. I mean, it was a while back, and he doesn't really remember much. Someone took a shine to him and slipped him a restricted text.
What are you talking about?
And you think it was me? You're a joke. I had nothing to do with this.
Side with me.
I don't consort with citizens. You'll need better evidence than this. Present your evidence, construct the truth. Unfortunately, we do not, but Lady Lovedies did say that this might come back later. I have nothing to present. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to step through the heart of the lies and let the blood of the truth flow. Periods. The truth is revealed, the truth is known, the truth proves.
Is Yuri guilty?
Yuri's guilty.
I have been chosen.
This is unacceptable. Yeah, he has been chosen, actually. He's right about that. It's unacceptable. Do you know who I am? No, Yuri, you're pulling the do you know who I am card? I have been chosen. I will be on the next council. Look, never do the do you know who I am thing to someone who is above you in the hierarchy. Like, it's the exact opposite thing that you do. You do it to someone who's lower than you. It doesn't work this way, Yuri. This freak has taken away my destiny. I will burn the syndicate to the ground. He's just incriminating himself now.
How dare you?
Yuri, be quiet. No, I'm the blessed servant of my goddess. I was destined for greatness. I helped you, and now I'm going to die? Look at this body. Look how buff I am.
Craft is its own reward.
These are the ravings of someone deceived by a god that's been caught out.
I don't like this.
Is this true, Yuri? She promised me a seat on the new council and to retrieve enchanted blue from the real world. Now, we figured that's what he wanted. Nonsense? I got Henry the books on demonology, sent him down the dark path. The plan needed the island to end. Henry provided the answer. The truth lies within a conspiracy. Judgment's passed. Convicted. My facts have become truth. Lady Love dies. While you're in here, you don't... Okay, so yes, I would like to save. It's going well so far. I wasn't sure if we had enough evidence on Yuri there, because we didn't really have too much to say about him. But Judge decided it was enough. Truth or fact? Okay, murder of Grace Bloodlines. Grace was our chief exorcist, and Henry was convicted for her murder, which he allegedly committed during his arrest. One Last Kiss seems to think she was set up to die. Grace Bloodlines was murdered 10 years ago. I presided over the trial. I saw the sun's light cast the shadows from the terror and leave only truth visible. You can, mix truth together in any metaphor. Judge is very good at that. Let's be confident about this. I think that we have some stuff on this. You didn't have me on the island 10 years ago. Do those terrible events from a decade ago have a link to the tragedy of last night? I investigated at the behest of One Last Kiss. Who is One Last Kiss? The ghost of Grace Bloodlines. She's on the island. A ghost of a murder victim 10 years ago is on the island?
It's all around you, investigator.
Is that so hard to believe, Judge? Can you prove you are who you say you are? Haunted Complex Crescent Drifting Sand Satellite? Confirm. Okay, yes, she just did confirm. Yes, unique blood code. One Last Kiss asked me to find her resting spot. I unlocked her blood vial, and she confirmed the code independently. It's so nice to see everyone again. What do you have to do with the murder last night? I was murdered 10 years ago, allegedly by Henry, who everyone here would have you believe is the council murderer. It makes you think, doesn't it? What if the two are linked? One Last Kiss asked me to investigate her murder. She believes there's more to it than the official version of events. Do you suspect her? Do I suspect One Last Kiss? No. No, I believe she is a victim in all this. Well done, investigator. You have seen the truth clearly. Paradise gets even more bizarre. The trials continue. Lady Love dies. I mean, even Judge is surprised that ghosts exist. Judge is like, what? Ghosts? Really? Okay, Lady Love dies. Drive us along the highway of truth. State your truth. Okay, murder of Grace Bloodlines. So, we do have Akiko as a suspect. Carved sigils, broken procedure. The sigils in Grace's body were carved by a blade, but we don't think she's actually the person who actually killed her because we have the photo. A photo of Grace Bloodline's neck from the examination. Looking closely, you see the bruising around her throat. The marks are not uniform. There's an area of more pressure. Doom Jazz thinks it's from a wedding ring. Carmelina used to wear a wedding ring when she was married to Witness. They split 9 years ago. Message from Carmelina. She went there for some reason. One Last Kiss said Carmelina accompanied her to Henry's exorcism. When Akiko left Grace alone with Henry, it was to speak with Carmelina. Now, what was the thing about Akiko? Carved sigils with blade, but that would be after the murder. Broken procedures, which is not really... That doesn't really mean that Akiko killed her. Henry, let's see. So, as far as Henry, we know Henry did kill his mother. Demonic sigils had been cut into Grace, but Henry does not cut these sigils. Henry burns sigils. Henry was found guilty, which, I mean, doesn't mean a whole lot. So, really, because of this photo, that's why we're thinking that Carmelina was the actual murderer. I don't know why she wouldn't have just had Akiko do it, but I think we're going to go with Carmelina.
Is this a fact? Or
I believe Carmelina was the architect of her, it's very clever wordplay, of her murder. This is nonsense. You have no evidence. Present your evidence, construct the truth. Okay, one last kiss. When Henry was arrested, Grace was meeting with Carmelina. Carmelina requested to accompany Grace on the exorcism. And this is unusual, as it would place Carmelina in an unnecessary amount of danger. It may be unusual, but it doesn't prove she is the perpetrator.
Achieved perfection.
Of course it doesn't. The investigator is trying to prove a fantasy. I'm going to say this despite how it saying basically this didn't go well for the previous two people, but it'll go differently for me. It may have placed me in danger, but the pursuit of knowledge sometimes requires risk. Present the evidence, construct the truth. All right. How about the message? While Grace and Carmelina were en route to Henry, Carmelina sent a message to Akiko. She instructed her to leave Henry and Grace alone together. This message was intercepted before it was scrubbed from the server. Carmelina forgot to use encryption. Architect?
Is its own reward.
It sounds to me like she's saying crap is its own reward. I know it's craft. I know it is. I have no recollection of this. It sounds like a fabrication.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. All right, how about this photo? Found a photo of Grace's body that had been excluded from the report. It was hidden on the barracks server. Okay, so now we are mentioning that we have illicitly accessed the barracks server. It showed the strangle marks on Grace's neck. Doomjazz took a look at it and suggested that they were done by someone that wore a wedding ring.
when love died.
Carmelina wore a wedding ring at the time when Grace was killed. I suspect that Carmelina killed Grace when Henry didn't step up and do it for her.
We have achieved perfection.
This is tenuous, isn't it? Anything could have caused that mark, couldn't it? Uh-oh, she's doing the Sam thing. Anything could have caused that, couldn't it? Doctor? It's my firm opinion that this was done by a ring worn on the wedding ring finger. Bruising can contain very detailed information.
How dare you?
Preposterous. The doctor would say anything to her pretty face. I mean, we can't tell if Judge's face is pretty. Wearing a mask and all.
The island is about to end.
Back off, Architect.
I am the leader.
Leader? We'll see about that. Why would Architect Carmelina have killed Grace?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yuri gave Henry demonology books. Henry was being set up to end the island and possibly be scapegoated for the murder of the council. Alright, so we are calling back to a previous case now.
Sure.
I wonder if that would have changed if we had not convicted Yuri. A dead exorcist means that the demon in Henry would still be around and useful when it came time to pin the blame on someone for last night. When Henry didn't kill Grace Bloodlines, Akiko stepped in and framed Henry, giving him a history of murder. Sounds like a conspiracy, investigator. I believe so, Judge. Very well. Absolutely not. This is a farce. Hold your tongue in the halls of justice.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. I have nothing to present. You have presented a veritable treasure trove of facts. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, swam in the pools of the mind. Please notice there is... Welcome to our Welcome to our Ustis. Please notice there is no J on the sign. Now, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. Dots. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves.
Carmelina, guilty.
Carmelina's guilty. Grace Bloodlines was murdered by the hand of the architect. So this is the truth. Thank you for your work, investigator. What? How dare you? This is nonsense. This trial is over. Henry will be executed and the freak will be sent back to the idle lands. This is my courtroom. I am justice incarnate. You do not have the authority to end the trials. You have been found guilty. You will receive your punishment. The trials continue. Judgment is passed. Convicted. Lady Love dies while you're in here. Yep. Let us save. Save the progress. It's going well.
Getting saved.
Truth or fact? Okay, the 4 Holy Seal Marshals. Well, no, there are 2 Holy Seal Marshals, which can make up the first of the 4 Holy Seals. First Holy Seal, that protects the Council, is made up of 2 high-ranking God Justice Marshals. Fearsome warriors trained to neutralize potential threats to the Council. Who killed them, and how? Last night, the taloned hand of death reached out for the first Holy Seal guards. They were butchered at their post. Who snatched the life from them? Was it the accused, or is there another truth skulking on the periphery of our knowledge? Skulking is a good word. Skulking is not used. It's not a word that's used enough. They were elite marshals and gave their lives guarding our beloved council. How were they killed, and why? I will confidently talk about it.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
I will show you the truth. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. Okay, so we have Akiko. So there's a lot of evidence against her. So the weird thing, though, is that we suspect that those guards are not dead, but the 2 prisoners that replaced them are. Is there anything on anyone else? I mean, Henry, I guess if we didn't get any evidence, like, we would still have these, probably. Oh, there's not on Lydia. Let's see, what does it say? There's the login. Sam opened the blood lock. Lydia remotely accessed the terminal on the beach. The rappelling gear. Lydia's knife, but we figure the knife was used to open the hatch. Yeah, the damaged grate. The tire marks. There's nothing here. I mean, maybe I suppose if you never discovered that the guards were not the guards, maybe you would think that Lydia killed them, but since we know they were never actually the guards to begin with, the story, the truth that we're going with, is that Akiko replaced the guards with the prisoners, so it would have to be her for this. She's getting double executed. Can you execute her, bring her back to life, then execute her again? I mean, ghosts exist. Can we execute her ghost? Previous convictions. Let's go for a double.
Is this a fact?
The Grand Marshal holds the answers. The Norchito, I'm sorry. You're out of your mind. Esteplin de Rahat. You dare accuse me of murdering my own marshals? Esti Bolnov.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct a truth. All right, let's go over. Quite a bit of evidence on this one. They're not your marshals. An unexpected glint of truth in the riverbed of mystery. I feel like that's something that the curator would say while looking all smug at you, and you're saying, no, come on, curator, nothing happened. But no, some stuff actually happened in this game.
I don't like this.
The dead bodies at the first seal aren't marshals. That's a lie, Nonorchito. We're the real marshals. We have a suspicion. We never found them in the barracks, but
Don't test me.
my suspicion is somewhere in the barracks. Do you have anything to say, Grand Marshal? Doro minus una esalacune tarfa curva. Grand Marshal, this is a courtroom. Keep your language in check, or you'll be executed a third time at this rate.
Test me.
A blood sample from the dead guards doesn't match any records from the marshals. She's lying. Her little PDA got it wrong. These computers get everything wrong. Did Starlight get it wrong? Is this really the truth?
Time cannot hide.
This is the truth, Judge. The blood doesn't match. Those bodies are not marshals. Did you run a DNA test on the bodies? No. Dr. Doomjazz told me that the server containing the necessary DNA files has been corrupted. Is this true? Yes, Judge. My system's automated backup failed. I checked the one on the moon, and that had corrupted as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a while ago, I think, that we talked to him about that. Can we recover the data? The only people that can are on the next island, and we're in lockdown. Do you suspect foul play? There's no way to tell. Troubling. Carry on, investigator.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Akiko refused to let Doomjazz examine the bodies. Denied body examination. Why? She didn't want to dishonor their sacrifice. This is a break in procedure. They gave their lives in service. Their bodies should not be desecrated by an examination.
Is this a fact?
I believe she was trying to hide that the blood didn't match. Why?
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Akiko is in a relationship with Captain Voth, who was stationed at the first seal last night. Don't you dare say his name to Norchito. Do not dishonor him with your lies. How do you know this, Loved Eyes? Crimson testified to it. Sestia E? Miss Acid? I can't divulge my sources, but it's true.
Cannot hide.
Relationships between the Grand Marshal and her troops are expressly forbidden. Dr. Doomjazz testified that the council had found out about her relationships with her troops. You really can't keep anything to yourself if you see a bit of leg, can you? To be fair, it's a lot of leg.
You've got this wrong.
I'm sorry, Akiko. I never thought you were involved with any of this. I am duty-bound to aid an investigation. Did it work? Did you get laid? Fastangu? Yeah? Enough. Do not taint the sanctity of this Church of Truth with this talk of getting laid.
Like this.
Aiz Kawami told him that the council were going to strip her of her authority on the next island. If Akiko knew this, it would give her motive to kill the council. Soldiers are sworn to give their lives in service. As their commander, I didn't take the honor of a glorious death from them. Interrogate about switched bodies or accuse of lying? Well, we know she switched the body. I don't know, like I don't know which one would be stronger, but we know she switched the bodies, so let's address that right now. Then why did you switch the bodies? The bodies weren't switched. You've made this up. You're wrong again, Norchito. Always wrong with your wrong computer and your wrongness. Can you prove the bodies weren't switched, Grand Marshal? There are records in the barracks.
Is this a fact?
Judge, the barracks have become Akiko's own private fiefdom. The marshals are not loyal to the Syndicate or the gods. They're loyal to her.
Dice feels wrong.
Any proof she can magic up from the barracks can't be trusted. I agree with you, investigator.
Is repulsive.
Akiko didn't want her troops to die. She knew about the murder and switched them. Can you prove that?
Repulsive.
Akiko removed 2 prisoners from the barracks prison. Yeah, then now this comes into play, since we took the time to actually get in there. Do you have proof that they are the murdered guards?
Test me.
No, but they're unaccounted for. They were never logged back into the prison after being removed. Can't even make up a convincing story for her lie. The maintenance shed near the council building shows signs of habitation. There are drag marks and human waste inside, which, that's no way to live, but I guess someone was in there.
The facts and the truth are not...
Akiko stored them in there and switched them out when the time came. Do you have anything else? Present your evidence, construct your truth. We have plenty more. Let's talk about that sword.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The guards were killed with a damaged blade. A damaged blade? The lacerations on their throat were ragged. This indicates a blade with nicks or damage would have caused them. Akiko's sword is battle damaged and would have caused the messy lacerations on the victims. Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry. This fits with her plan of faking Henry's escape. What's the grand plan, Loved Eyes? We've got more case files to go, Judge. Plenty more. What about the blade Henry was found with?
Like this.
Henry's blade was a new, perfect blade. It doesn't have a serrated edge. It would not have made a ragged cut. It's smooth and perfect, like the giant claw of a killer demon. You know, more on that later.
The facts and the truth are...
We haven't even gotten to the killer demon yet. Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry. We've already convicted Carmelina. We haven't even talked about her murder son.
I have a bad feeling about this.
She made a mistake or got too cocky, though, and didn't use the right blade to kill the guards. Do you have anything else?
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. Let's break the alibi. Akiko's alibi has been broken. Oh, since I already did that, so don't have to do it again.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. Akiko's conviction.
What's wrong?
Well, Akiko staged the guard murder and scapegoated Henry. We've already been through this. She has a previous conviction. Why else would she evaded his escape? Do you have anything else?
Your truth.
Nope, but that should be a lot. I have nothing to present. Good work, Loved Eyes. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, gently lowered myself into the bathtub of the harsh sunlight of the truth, where I will soak in the bubble bath of justice. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. The truth in this case file sparkles brilliantly. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves Akiko guilty.
Cannot hide.
Got anything to say about this one, Akiko? I was ordered to kill my troops. I would never do that. Bonds born on the battlefield cannot be broken. You know, poor Akiko, she's trying to do the you can't see me thing, hoping that she'll turn invisible. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually work.
Beg your pardon?
That's a lie. She's lying. I switched the guards out for prisoners and killed the fakes. Why didn't you admit to it when you told us about the rest of your involvement? Are you stupid, Tarfa? Before all of this, I was a soldier. I will be a soldier until I die. Which is like a few minutes from now. Soldiers always see their mission through. I was not going to have my name further tarnished if you hadn't got the evidence. I will be executed regardless. Soldiers must maintain their dignity, no matter what. The truth becomes clearer. Alright, so one thing that we did find out is that Carmelina actually did order her to kill the marshals, and this is why Akiko actually did this elaborate plan of replacing them. Lady Love dies. Oh yeah, yes, we want to save. Things still going well.
Getting saved.
Dun 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 dun. Hicks is missing. Oh yeah, this was an early one. We found his body, like, right away. Hicks is the Syndicate's master craftsman and designer of the second Holy Seal that protects the Council. He hasn't been seen for a number of days. Our craftsman, Hicks, is missing. Was he the victim of a crafted tragedy? He disappeared a number of days ago. Strange for a syndicate member, but suspicious because he crafted the second holy seal. Did someone try to obtain the secret from him? Investigator, do you know what happened to Hicks? He's dead. Lying on the rocks on the coast of the island. I've been waiting for a while to tell someone this. Dead? The fangs of death grip this island so tightly. How could this happen? Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. All right, so there's Akiko. We found the necklace in the workshop. That's the only piece of evidence, but there never seemed like anything came about because of that. There's Crimson. Plenty on Crimson. Crimson said that we know that she took the key from Witness. No, from Hicks and gave it to Witness. Witness says it's a lie, but we know Witness had the key, and we don't know of any other way that Witness could have gotten the key, so assuming that this is true, that Crimson story is true, Hicks found the diary. Hicks was obsessed with Crimson, which is not incriminating or anything. Letter to Crimson. Hicks accused her of using him to find the secret of the second holy seal, which was true. Hicks was correct that Crimson was using him for that. Tuft of goat hair. It was hers. She was at Hicks's place. Crimson testimony. She did have a relationship with Hicks to get that seal. Drag marks. But the body was at the bottom of a cliff. There's a load of evidence that Hicks's workshop related to Crimson. Did she drag and dump the body? Obsession. It seems Hicks was obsessed with Crimson. Posters adorned his otherwise sparse workshop. Yeah. So they had a relationship. Hicks was obsessed with her. She was using him to get the key. But of course, she already got the key. There's nothing here about why she would have needed to kill him. She got what she needed without doing that. So there's Yuri. Boat ride shut down. So he shut down the boat rides around the island before it was necessary. And Lady Lovedeyes was wondering if maybe that was because people on the boat would have been able to see the site of Hicks's body. Ornate ring. We found Yuri's ring in Hicks's hand, clutching it tightly. Drag marks. Yeah, so we know that he was probably killed on top of the cliff and then the body was dragged off. Well, we don't actually know how he might have been killed exactly, but the big reason that we're suspecting Yuri is, of course, because of the ring. Why else would Hicks have been holding this ring? Yuri had lost it and was looking around for it. Why else would Hicks have that? And there's no evidence on anyone else. So it seems that the evidence is stronger. Even though there's more here for Crimson, I don't think the evidence really points towards Crimson because she got what she needed without killing him. Whereas with Yuri, well, Hicks did have his ring. So let's accuse Yuri.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
I believe Yuri is behind the disappearance. Want to save me some trouble here and cooperate, Yuri? I mean, you're already going to be executed anyway. I'm not going down without a fight, freak. You need to prove it.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. All right, talk about that ring. Hicks's dead body was clutching Yuri's ring. Ding. How do you know it belongs to Yuri? Lydia confirmed it. Yuri had apparently lost it. In this case, he lost it in the hand of a murder victim. Hicks had it in a death grip. I believe he pulled it off in a struggle when he knew he was going to die. He held on to it in death to give us a clue. Someone is trying to frame me. They stole my ring and planted it at the scene. Is there any evidence that the ring had been planted? None. The fist was gripping it tightly. If it had been planted, it would have been done before rigor mortis set in.
Don't make me laugh.
You people are out of your minds. This wasn't me.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence. All right, drag marks. There are drag marks leading away from Hicks's workshop. I believe Yuri killed him to get the key to the second seal and tried to hide the body. Those could have come from anywhere. This is a farce.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence. I mean, granted, that isn't necessarily evidence against Yuri. Anyone could have done that. But only Yuri could have done the boat ride termination. Yuri shut down the boat rides around the island on the same day that Hicks went missing.
I don't like this.
Yuri picked a bad place to dump the body and needed to make sure it wouldn't be found. Yuri? Shutting down the boats is one of my duties. There's nothing out of the ordinary.
It's a fact.
Why do it early? Who cares about the boats? They're only there for citizens to try and block out the mundanity of their existence for a few minutes. I shut them down early. So what? I was just getting work done.
Show me your truth.
You have the evidence. All right, that's all we have. I have nothing to present. The truth shines like the moon on a cloudless night. Was this part of your orders as well, Yuri?
You know who I am?
Fine. I got the key for the second seal for her. Hicks was an unfortunate casualty.
Craft is its own reward.
This is the ravings of someone deceived by a god that's been caught out. So many ravings. All the ravings. We'll get to you later. I mean, we already have gotten to her, but I guess we'll get to her more later. And you got it by force?
On the next council.
I mean, it's already not happening, Yuri. He wasn't supposed to be like that. I offered him a council seat and hoped he'd turn. We fought, and I smashed him with a tool he had lying around. Oh, so Hicks was incorruptible. He was offered a seat and turned it down and died for it. How did you get the key from him?
Don't make me laugh.
His laptop was unlocked. It wasn't hard to find.
You got nothing on me.
I copied the file, dumped his body, and left.
How dare you?
Nonsense. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, rolled around in the mud of, well, not vengeance, because, I mean, justice and vengeance do have relations. An incestuous relationship. I'm sure we could think of a metaphor for that. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. Periods. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves.
Guilty.
Yuri guilty. Again. Judgment is passed. Facts have become truth. Lady Love dies while you're in here. Yeah, I do want to save.
Getting saved.
Okay, the second Holy Seal. The Council constructed a doorway to a plateau in space. The dreadful monuments are there to open the second Holy Seal. So, like, multiple people could have done this one, I think. Lady Love dies. What is the second Holy Seal, and how was it breached? Take us for a holiday to the land of truth. Let us sip cocktails of facts on the beach of justice. That one's pretty good.
Don't test me.
With the help of Hicks, the Council constructed a puzzle-based monument system on a plateau on a desolate planet outside of our solar system. The door in the Council building acts as a portal to this antique part of space. The obelisks on the beach provide the solution to the puzzle and are activated using Hicks's key. Or Starlight? The key carries a protocol which handshakes with the obelisk nightmare computer. Starlight can crack it. Investigator, please review your case file and confirm who you wish to accuse. Okay, there's Henry. So the only thing about him is what Shinji said. Henry could have found his way through the second seal since demons are attuned to space. There's a lot on Lydia. Let's see. Sam opened the blood lock on the third seal because he had Kafka Memories blood. Remote access 2 days ago. Lydia remotely accessed the terminal with her because her car was there. As far as we know, we never found any evidence that anyone else could use that car. Lydia's tablet, a water-damaged and corrupted tablet device, booted up. Login screen confirmed it's Lydia's. Contained a corrupted message from Witness with a data key to the nightmare computer. Space helmet. Smells of her perfume, which only Lydia wears. Cliff tire tracks. There are tire tracks on the cliff overlooking the obstacles. Lydia's the only one on the island with a car. Lydia says she was there to enjoy the view. Someone sketched something in the dirt on the cliff and scrubbed it out. It overlooks the Nightmare Computer and obelisks. Was this Lydia? Their tire tracks are up there. Someone used a remote access device to interface with the Nightmare Computer that controls the obelisks on the beach. It happened 2 days ago, and it is an anonymous login. The data key witness sent Lydia is coded for remote access. Lydia's tablet is water damaged and corrupted, but Starlight managed to pull a backup. The most recently modified file is a corrupted message sent by witness to the end with a file attached. That file is the key to the Nightmare Computer that is linked to the obelisks on the beach. Lydia claimed to know nothing about it. So there's a whole lot about that. There's witness. Comparatively, there's not that much. Wireless receiver. A wireless receiver on a demonic containment crate hidden inside the council penthouse was called by witness's phone at midnight last night. Yeah, but that opened up the demon box, which is a completely different thing. We'll get to the demon box. We're getting to that. Crimson said that witness pressured her to get the key that unlocks the second seal. And we know from this that witness sent it to Lydia. Yuri. Let's see. Lydia said there was a time when she couldn't contact Yuri. She phoned him when she was at the Paradise Gates but couldn't get through. His phone records confirm this. So this never really came back about what the deal was with his phone blackout. Discarded space helmet. Shinji found a space helmet discarded near the entrance to the second seal. There are pink petals near the helmet. There aren't any flowers in the council building. Yuri wears pink flowers on his hat, though. Yuri slipped up. He knows about the secret of the obelisks. Obelisk access. The logs on the Nightmare Computer connected to the obelisks show that Yuri accessed them, meaning he knows the secret of the second Holy Seal. Okay. But who actually opened them? It's hard to say who actually made it there. We don't know if Witness was actually there. We know Lydia and we know Yuri were both there. And there is a ton of evidence against Lydia. Well, look at it this way. Lydia and Sam said that they were tired of immortality. We're just helping them out with that.
Crime is repulsive.
I believe Lydia went through the seal.
Why?
This is a joke, LD?
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence. All right. Look like how much evidence there is here. Corrupted tablet.
Crime cannot hide.
I found Lydia's tablet rammed down a drain. It contains an email with a file. That file is the key to the second seal obelisks. Do you have any idea who the sender was? Witness.
Guys feels wrong.
In addition, Crimson told me that she managed to obtain the key from Hicks on behalf of Witness. That's a revelation, investigator. Yeah, we haven't even really mentioned Witness so far in this whole thing.
Me.
It wasn't relevant to the Hicks prosecution at the time. Multiple parties were out to secure the key to the second seal. So Witness got the key and passed it to Lydia.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I believe so. Mrs. Daybreak, do you have anything to say?
Island feels bad, LD.
I don't know what LD's talking about. I never saw what that message was. Do you have proof that she used it? Present the evidence, construct the truth. Yeah, there was the remote access.
Oh.
The obelisk Nightmare Computer had been accessed remotely using a wireless device, presumably from the cliff top. There's a clear vantage point, and using remote access allows you to obscure the login.
Show me your truth.
All right, present the evidence, construct the truth. Tire tracks.
I don't like this.
Overlooking the obelisk. I mean, yes, she doesn't like it, but it is the truth, isn't it? Overlooking the obelisk computer is a cliff with tire tracks on. Lydia is the only one on the island with a car.
Weird.
Oh, come on, LD. That's circumstantial. We used to hang out all over the islands in my car.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. There's the cliff sketch. On the cliff top, looking over the obelisks, is a scratched out sketch in the dirt of a puzzle solution. Yeah, right where the tires are. I believe Lydia used the key remotely, sketched out the solution, and then breached the second seal.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth! Space helmet.
When love dies,
I found a space helmet. Smells of Lydia's perfume.
got it.
The Council used helmets to breathe in space when they traversed the second seal. Whoever went through the second seal would also need one. You're only linking it to Lydia by her perfume. Any of the Council could have used it previously. Lydia's perfume is a unique blend. Only she has the recipe. No one else could have used it with this helmet. Isn't that right, Lydia? Don't know what to tell you, LD. Someone's trying to set me up with that. And also the tablet, and also the tire tracks, and also the remote access. It's a lot of setup. I have a unique blend of perfume, but maybe someone got hold of it to frame me. Did you find any evidence of this?
I have a
No.
feeling about
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence. All right. That's it. Nothing to present. What about Lydia's alibi? Tell me about Lydia and Sam's alibi. Lydia told me she was at the Paradise Gates with Sam. They started the warm-up sequence and were waiting there while the murder happened. And yes, they wouldn't have had to have been at the council building when the murder happened. They just needed to go there beforehand to set it up. The nightmare computer on the nightmare computer logs on the gate confirm this. The warm-up sequence was started at 23:57. Have you got anything that contradicts this? As it happens, an alibi for last night is irrelevant. The crimes began a number of days ago. What do you mean? I have found evidence which suggests that the Daybreaks were involved in this crime, but their involvement did not occur last night.
a fact.
They breached the Holy Seals to sow the seeds of crime 2 days ago. The crime was not one of opportunity. An opportunity was crafted and required prior planning. All evidence I present against them must be taken in this context. Whatever happened last night had the groundwork laid by the Daybreaks 2 days ago. What is this evidence? Trust me, Judge. When we get to it, we'll cover it. The truth is a meal. All ingredients need to be present. And, then cooked. And given the proper time to simmer. And then laid out in a tray in an attractive fashion to make it appetizing. I wouldn't do this for anybody else, but there is a reason that I called the investigation freak out of exile. The court trusts you. What the hell? This isn't right. Come on, LD. I guess that's what his voice sounds like. After all this time, how could you suspect us? We were waiting to leave Paradise. This is a joke, LD. You've taken some facts and made a lie, not a truth. You've twisted the world into a new image. You are wrong, LD. Do not question my decision when you are within the domain of justice. We have stopped at the highway service station of truth. Our fuel meter of justice is on E. We have pulled up to fill. However, we only have a $10 bill, so we cannot fill the whole tank with justice. We have to decide how much we can spend on justice, because we also might want some snacks while we're at this rest stop. So hopefully $5 of truth will get us down the road. So Lydia and Sam's alibi is broken. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, ran and slid face first down on the slip and slide of honesty. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to step through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves Lydia guilty. You've been a faithful and devoted member of our glorious syndicate for so long. Why would you turn your back on us now? The penalty for this crime is death. You'll be executed by a bullet of justice from the gun of truth. This is the end of your eternal road trip, Lydia. Why? God damn it, LD. I'm dead, right? Damn it all to hell.
Like this.
The punishment is execution.
Damn it, LD.
It wasn't supposed to work out this way. This was designed to be unsolvable. I never thought you'd be brought back. I helped so I could leave these islands behind. I don't care about Perfect 25.
Hell?
Help who? Witness. He said if I helped, I could leave the syndicate.
Don't test me.
Help with what? Deliver a cargo. I don't know what it was. Heavy as hell, though. Almost cracked the axles. I just had to get into the council building a couple of days ago. Oh, we'll get into that cargo. That's coming up. Like, there's so much we haven't even talked about yet. What was the cargo? No idea. I didn't ask questions. I just got it inside the council building. It was a black security crate. What about the other seals? God damn it. Yeah, those two. I assume Sam helped you. No, LD. It was just me. It was just me. Sam didn't do anything. It was just me. I really doubt that. You're going to leave the syndicate by yourself?
Making a wrong decision.
It's okay, Lydia. I can't live here without you, can I? If you're guilty, I'm guilty, aren't I?
Do you believe, LD?
We promised each other too much, didn't we? That can't be for nothing, can it?
You'll regret this.
We work together. For witness. If Lydia's going to die, I want to go with her. Heaven sounds better than an island without her, doesn't it? It was 2 days ago, LD. I don't know what the hell happened in that building last night, but we were in there 2 days ago.
What do you believe, LD?
We followed Witness's plan and opened all the seals. We took his crate through and hid it in the penthouse.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
The crime to end all crimes, set up 2 days ago. We have a conspiracy, Loved Eyes. Well, that's the first time I think we've heard his voice. There is no conspiracy. The guilty are trying to take me down with them, jealous of my righteousness in the face of their heresy.
Sure.
That's a bag of crap. You promised me and Sammy that we'd be able to leave the syndicate if we helped.
What are you talking about?
We knew we shouldn't. We knew whatever you were planning would be an atrocity. We've been here too long.
Regret this.
There are only so many millennia that can be endured, aren't there?
It's the truth, isn't it?
The world needs to be seen. Islands kill the mind, don't they? The truth becomes clearer. Convicted. Lady Love dies. Like, yeah, we will save our game. Save the progress. I mean, we have to go where the facts lead us, regardless of how unpleasant the truth may be. The third blood seal. All right, Sam's turn, I guess. The third seal is a blood lock coded to the blood of the council members. I need to find out who opened the lock on the night of the murder. Someone breached the third holy seal and took a step away from innocence towards crime. Please bring us a meal of truth so that we may gorge on justice. Lady Love dies. What is the third seal? A blood lock that is coded to council members. To get through it, you either need council blood in your body or a sample to trick the lock. But we have a confession. Lydia and Sam breached the seals. Is that the whole truth, or does another truth lurk here? There is more truth to find. Who went through it? Okay, so let's see. It's bringing up Doom Jazz, saying that Doom Jazz is missing a sample of Kafka Memories Council blood from the clinic. Did Doom Jazz use it? Well, I mean, since Sam had the bottle of blood in his little dead zone freezer, I don't think Doom Jazz would have been the one to use it. Kafka login. Kafka memory logged into the third seal. Right, using the blood sample. But Doom Jazz... Well, either Sam stole it or Doom Jazz gave it to Sam. One of those. Henry. So Henry is the son of Ais Kawami, and we were thinking that might mean that he could go through the blood lock. He has council blood. I don't know if that's how it works. Like, you wouldn't have exactly the blood of his father, but we were thinking maybe he could do that. Then there's Sam. So we know that Sam got the blood of Kafka. And we were figuring that when Lydia came to open up the second seal, that Sam went in with the blood, opened the third holy seal. And we also know that Sam was in possession of God flesh, and that would have been needed for the fourth. Let's see, remote access 2 days ago. Sam's knowledge. Right, and Sam did slip up when we were talking to him. We were asking about the third seal. Right, we know about the missing sample, Kafka login, blood chiller. Right, we found this in the dead zone, which is very big evidence. Then there's the Nonagate, secret corridors. Carmelina can make trans-dimensional corridors that allow her to move across vast distances in an instant. These corridors connect her apartment to the council building entrance, witness's apartment, and a cave containing her secret son, the Nonagate. Well, I don't know if secret corridors would be evidence for this, because if that corridor always went to the council building, well, I mean, it says the entrance, but there is also one in the penthouse. If that was always there, then the Nonagate would not have needed to actually go through the seals. I don't know if it was always there or if he had made it after he went through. We don't really know which way it went. Let's see, witness left the room. Right, he left the room for a period of 5 minutes. Carmelina could have gone through the portal in Witness's penthouse to go prep the Nonagate and send him for the murder. Unknown blood, the unknown blood sample. Okay, yeah, there was an unknown blood sample that opened the third seal. At scene, blood sample from the Nonagate matches the blood sample from the third seal blood lock. The Nonagate was at the scene of the crime. Nothing else. Well, we already convicted Lydia, and Sam said that if Lydia goes, he needs to go as well. And we are positive that he was one of the people, at least, that opened this.
Crime cannot hide.
I believe Sam went through the bloodlock. We already have a confession from the Daybreaks. They went through all of the seals 2 days ago. Nevertheless, we must examine the evidence.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. Doomjazz caught Sam snooping around in his clinic. He discovered that a sample of council blood has been taken. That blood was Kafka Memories.
What?
I wasn't snooping. I was there to collect my prescription. Doctor, can you be sure the blood sample was taken when you found Sam snooping? No, timestamps aren't recording.
Show me your truth.
Recorded. The blood chiller. Sam has a secret whiskey distillery in the dead zone. I found a medical refrigeration unit there. Inside was a blood vial with a scratched off label. The only letter I can make out is K, presumably for Kafka.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Kafka Memory logged into the bloodlock 2 days ago without the rest of the council. Why is that important? We need to know who went through last night.
Like this.
I don't believe we do. I think the key to this case is what happened 2 days ago.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct a truth. I have nothing to present. A truth pulled from the depths of mystery is set before us. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy. Vengeance turns around as she bends over and says, "What are you looking at, step-bro?" The step-bro is justice. See, I made that metaphor happen. There you go. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sort of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. Dots. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves Sam guilty. Lady Love dies. While you're in here, you don't have access to the phones. You want to save? Yes. Save progress. Save. Whoop. Actually, was that slot 1? A cursor was over slot 3, but it went over to slot 1. But that's fine, because slot 2 was right... We did slot 2 right before the trial began. So that's fine. Who breached the fourth holy seal? The fourth holy seal requires godliness to get through. I need to find out how someone tricked the seal. The fourth holy seal lies deep within the dense fog of abstruse mysteries this island has to offer. Lady Love dies. What is the fourth holy seal? It requires godliness to pass through. Godliness? How did the council pass through it? Montserrat owned a piece of crying grudge's flesh and a pendant. That would allow him to open the seal. That means the council can only enter with Montserrat. But we have a confession. Lydia and Sam breached the seals. Is that the whole truth, or does another truth lurk here? There is more truth, Your Honor.
Feels wrong.
There is more truth to find. Who breached the fourth seal and found themselves at the scene of carnage? Okay, we're talking about Carmelina, the transdimensional corridors. Witness left the room. Carmelina took flesh. Did Carmelina fuse it to him? Well, I mean, if the Nonagate had the flesh fused into him, then Carmelina probably did not go through the seal herself. And we already convicted her of something. Henry. So Shinji speculated that Henry, since he has a demon within him, and demons and gods are not that different, could probably pass through it. But, I mean, as far as we know, we're not even sure if Henry actually made it to the penthouse. Sam Daybreak did have a lump of crying grudge's flesh, which was given to him by Witness. So he indeed could have been the one to get through. And he must have, because they delivered the box. That's how they got in there and delivered the box. But we've already incriminated him. There's Witness. Let's see. The wireless receiver. Right, he activated it. He took the flesh, but I don't think he used it. I don't think he went through the seal himself. He had Sam and Lydia do it. Nonagate, he had to get in there somewhere, somehow, and he was the other person with flesh. The reason that the fused flesh was in his body was so he could get through the seal. So we can assume that Sam and Lydia got through that seal, but the Nonagate also did. Let's accuse someone who is one, dead, two, no one knows the existence of, aside from Carmelina. I accuse this person, Judge. What?
All that remains are the facts.
Who is this? I believe the Nonagate got through the seal. Who is the Nonagate? A mysterious killer hidden on the island. Tantalizing truth. The secret lies within the architect's alibi. This is nonsense. The investigation freak is fabricating a lie. I absolutely do not have a secret murder, son. Who says I do?
Dare you?
I had nothing to do with the dreadful events of last night. I was at Witness's apartment all night until we were summoned by Judge for the crisis meeting. That's true. The building logs confirm her entry time at 9 p.m. and her exit after the murder. Are you able to disprove it? Witness stepped out to his balcony for 5 minutes to take a call from Akiko. Carmelina was unaccounted for in those 5 minutes. It takes more than 5 minutes to get to the council building, commit a crime, and return, doesn't it? And the building logs would have registered her returning. That's true, but when Carmelina architected the island... Is architected a verb? When she architected the island, she constructed a network of trans-dimensional corridors that allow her to move across the island in an instant. Ding.
Believe what you want.
That's absolute nonsense. Whoever heard of such a thing as these secret dimension tunnels that I hid my secret murder son in? Oh, Judge likes this. Secret trans-dimensional corridors? How tantalizing. Are you serious? Is the truth really hiding in these bizarre facts? I'm so turned on right now. I found Carmelina's son in a hidden vault on the mountain. His name was the Nonagate, and he gave me this key which unlocks the corridors. From this vault, the corridors connect to Witness's apartment and the council building. In the 5 minutes Witness was out on his balcony taking the call, Carmelina could have used the corridor to get to the council building. This is a shocking revelation. Can you prove it? Starlight can verify my movements. Watch how I go from one part of the island to the other in an instant. How do I do this? I traveled between the exits of these corridors in 0.0 to 1% of the time. I would have taken on foot.
I am the leader.
This is all a lie the investigator cooked up. It's all lies and wrongness. Computer is wrong. Look, the computer is wrong defense did not work so well for Akiko. I have verified Starlight's data. Lady Love Dies is telling the truth. Why not create a corridor straight into the penthouse?
Test me.
I don't believe you can make a corridor if you don't know the destination. Carmelina has never been to the penthouse, so she couldn't make a corridor to it. There is a corridor leading from outside the penthouse back to the Nonagate's vault. I believe he inherited his mother's power to make corridors and escaped back to his room by making a corridor. I never expected anything like this, Love Dies. Carmelina had a window of opportunity and used it to travel via her secret corridors, get the Nonagate, and deposit him at the council building. Carmelina went into isolation 25 years ago. Why? No one knows.
Is this a fact?
She claimed it was to work on a new project, but no one in the syndicate ever saw what the result was. I think she had a child in secret. Who's the father? Unknown? This sounds like a conspiracy. It's Judge's favorite thing. Architect Carmelina's alibi is broken.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence and construct the truth. Talk about this flesh.
I don't like this.
The Nonagate had a strange piece of flesh fused to his body. Just looking at it overwhelmed me with a feeling of cosmic dread. I went to see Crying Grudge. He told me that Carmelina carved a lump of his flesh off.
When love dies...
I believe she fused that flesh with the Nonagate, creating a killer that could pass through the fourth seal.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence and construct the truth. The testimony? Before he killed himself, the Nonagate told me he killed the council. To kill the council, he would have needed to get through the seals.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. Nothing. A bizarre truth. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves the Nonagate guilty. We already have a confession from the Daybreaks. They went through all the seals 2 days ago. Bizarre truths, dangerous facts, the fear of mystery.
Finds Sam.
Sam's guilty. Just say that. The court also finds Sam's guilty for his confessed involvement 2 days ago. Extra guilty. Two guilties at the same time. Lady Love Dies. Yep, save. Let me just make sure I save on the right one. It's this one.
Getting saved.
Truth or fact? The mystery. Okay, yeah, let's get into this one. The mystery of the dead killer demon. Demonic invasions occur most islands, and the marshals hunt the demons down. What the hell is one doing inside the council penthouse? It's time for our favorite mystery boy. Lady Love Dies. You have a case file about a killer demon inside the penthouse? The truths in play grow bizarre, like an old tree grows gnarled. A killer demon? What killer demon?
Bad feeling about this.
I have found a dead killer demon inside the council penthouse. There aren't supposed to be any demons on the island, let alone in the council penthouse. A killer demon in the council penthouse? What was it doing there? Presumably killing, Judge. Presumably. It has the blood of several council members on its claws. It was involved in the murder of the council. It appears that it burst out of a hidden security crate and attacked the council. How did it die? Montserrat shot it during the murder. There was a Fakata bullet that came from Montserrat's gun in the killer demon's head.
And the truth are not the same.
Anything to do with your cargo, Lydia? Black security crate? Yeah. That's it. It really contained a killer demon? Looks like it.
Paradise feels wrong.
That makes Witness guilty. Working in the light of the gods makes me guilty of nothing. You need to prove any accusations in court. He's right, Love Dies. The dark deduction of the dead demon's destruction is for another case file. Sounds like something Vito Brevis might say. The truth about where it came from must be dredged from the swamp of mystery first. Okay, well, it just basically told us who to accuse, and we were going to do it anyway. Okay, so only 2 people that there's evidence for. There's Henry. And the man with all of the evidence. Carmelina's confession about the bunker that witness has access to. One Last Kiss said that witness has used the tunnel behind Sam's bar to access the dead zone. Crimson said that witness was secretly summoning demonology. We know about the remote receiver, so witness dialed a number to call up the box to open it, so he didn't actually have to be there. Demonic crate full of demon bunker where the demon came from that witness could access. So the witness to the end is behind the dead killer demon.
Crime is repulsive.
The righteous man transgressed. Witness is the origin of the killer demon.
Watching us.
Laughable. I am a holy man, not a sinner.
Test me.
I found the killer demon along with a demonic containment crate in the penthouse. Demonic containment crate? It is some kind of incarceration device that imprisons a demon with holy restraints. There are bindings and manacles covered in holy wards. These restrained the killer demon and kept it contained. Why? It was likely placed there ahead of time as a means to kill the council.
Your truth.
Evidence, truth. All right, talk about this demonology bunker.
Love dies.
There's a secret demonology lab hidden within the dead zone. The lock on it is coded to Witness's blood vial.
Surely this is
That's an old panic room. I never use it for demonology. Someone's planted that evidence.
I don't like this.
That lab has the same crates as the one in the penthouse. During the extermination 10 years ago, Witness managed to capture a killer demon and contain it.
endless heresy on this highland.
A heretical accusation. How could I have done that?
I have a bad feeling about this.
There's a tunnel running from Sam's bar to the dead zone. Witness has been seen using it to access the dead zone.
Surely this is a joke.
Seen by who? A sinner that would besmirch the name of a holy man?
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. All right, talk about Carmelina.
Dice feels wrong.
Carmelina confessed to me that Witness maintained a secret demonology lab on the island in an abandoned bunker.
Endless heresy on this.
Lies, lies, lies! This is a persecution of the holy.
Show me your truth.
Present evidence, construct truth. Phone receiver. Last night at midnight, Witness made a phone call to an unknown number. That number matches the number on a receiver attached to the demonic containment crate inside the penthouse. The receiver was designed to open the crate when it received a call. This would let the killer demon out, presumably to attack the council.
What?
The ridiculous accusation! Why would I want to release a killer demon? Demons are abominations!
Crime is repulsive.
Why not explain how the phone number you dialed matches the receiver?
Innocent in the eyes of...
I can't explain a lie fabricated by the sinner. Can you prove this accusation? I verified the data by using Witness's personal phone in a comms tower. He made the call, and the receiver picked up, unlocking the demonic containment crate.
Sinners and...
Lies?
Your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth. Let's talk about Lydia and Sam's confession.
Repulsive.
We had the testimony of Lydia and Sam.
What?
People who face the death sentence and have nothing to lose. They can say whatever they want. There's no consequence when you stand over the precipice of execution. He's right, investigator. Is he?
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence. Construct the truth. All right, that's it. I have nothing to present. I've considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the fact, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, like the panting yellow Labrador of justice. the hose of truth is being held in front of my head on a hot summer day, and I am rapidly lapping up the water of truth spraying out of it, trying to avoid having too much of it spray me in the face because hoses have a lot of pressure, and the dog will try to, lap up the water coming out from the hose, but they're trying it, but they also get a lot of it in the face, and it's funny because you're laughing at them trying to drink the water while they're also getting sprayed in the face. It's funny, but it's like that, but with truth. There's no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. Dots. A truth is revealed, and truth is known, a truth proves.
And guilty.
Witness guilty. You've ever seen so many wonderful islands. Why turn your back on us now?
Island is full of sinners.
Such is the burden of a martyr. You may think of me as a sinner, but I work for a holy purpose.
I am innocent in the eyes of the gods.
You have all strayed from the path, and the gods weep.
When love dies,
I hope they weep for you as well. What was the play here? The killer demon was placed in the penthouse as a remote weapon. The security crate was hidden in the room. When the killer demon was released, it attacked everyone in the room on sight. That sounds risky. I don't know if it was meant to kill all of the council. Just the presence of the killer demon would be enough to scare the council. A dreadful truth. Convicted. Facts have become truth. Lady Love dies. Save? Save. Save. Save.
Getting saved.
Truth or fact? The crime to end all crimes. We basically have solved it by this point. Last night, the council were murdered as they birthed the next island through meditation. Was it a power play or killing for kicks? Who did it and why? Basically everyone. The crime to end all crimes, the murder in the night, the paradise killer. Who killed the council? The truth is aged like a fine whiskey. How does the whiskey on this island taste? Pour us a glass of truth so that we may sip upon a vintage blend of justice. I want to know who held the knife. If a killer was set up by a mastermind, we will deal with that later. I want to know who gripped a knife of murder in their palm of guilt. Show us the ultimate truth. Well, we've already done masterminds. Okay. Henry. So he had the murder weapon that they alleged that was used, but we know that everything is lies. He was found outside the council building with the murder weapon, but we know that Akiko put him there. Victim's blood and stomach, but we know it came from the bottle. Demonic possession. We know he has a demon in him. Clean cuts. They were sliced into ribbons by a blade. However, there was also another knife that the Nonagate had and the claws of the killer demon. So actually, all of the evidence against Henry doesn't actually show that he actually made it into the penthouse. We still don't actually know if he made it there. He could have just stopped before he got there, and it would have just gone the exact same way. Yuri, there are pink petals outside the murder scene. Yuri wears pink petals in his hat, flowers in his hat. This proves he was at the penthouse. This is a weird island. Doesn't prove he went through the seals. No, we don't think he held the knife. Here's Knife Boy. Look, if you want to know who gripped a knife, this guy's gripping a knife. Secret corridors, witness left the room, blood trail. So, like, he was actually in the place. He was shot by Montserrat. He confesses to killing them, assuming he's not a liar. And the knife, it's a perfect blade, has council blood on it. There's Killer Demon. He had been shot in the head. Perfect knife-like claws, covered in blood of council members. Shot in the head by a large caliber bullet by Montserrat. Council members were killed by a perfect blade. So it was probably a combination of Killer Demon and Nonagate. Like, I don't know if it's one or the other, or if it's both. but like if it was Killer Demon, that probably like ties back to Witness, but we already convicted Witness. If it's the Nonagate, it ties back to Carmelina. We've already convicted Carmelina. Yuri, we've convicted him. Henry, we haven't convicted him, but I don't think he actually got in there. As far as we know, he maybe didn't actually kill anyone. So let's just go with the Nonagate. This has the most against him.
When love dies, all that
The Nonagate is the Paradise Killer.
Show me your
Present your evidence, construct the truth. Before he killed himself, the Nonagate told me he killed the council. He was given this mission by his mother, Carmelina. She engineered a killer. His room was bare, besides knife combat training equipment.
I am the leader.
These trials are over. It's a big lie. So many lies. No, it isn't. The Nonagate confessed everything. Present your evidence. The knife.
Paradise feels
Found a knife covered in the council's blood on the Nonagate's corpse. If he didn't kill the council, the only way he could have got that knife is if someone had taken it to the penthouse and splashed blood on it before taking it to him. That's extremely unlikely.
show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth.
is this a fact?
The Nonagate's blood is at the scene. He was shot by Montserrat and left blood splatter in the penthouse. This proves that he got through the seals. Leader Montserrat shot him, presumably in self-defense. The Nonagate attacked as the council's meditation finished. Montserrat was attacked, but as he fired his gun, wounding the Nonagate. Montserrat was growing paranoid. One of the manifestations of this seems to be carrying a weapon. I believe Leader Montserrat was the most awake, while others were still coming around from their meditations. Just a bit about that. Was he really paranoid if everyone really was trying to kill him? The Nonagate got to him, but as he attacked, Montserrat shot. The Nonagate fled after the bullet went through him.
Show me your truth.
Present the evidence, construct the truth. The Nonagate fled bleeding. His blood is outside the penthouse. He created a trans-dimensional corridor and escaped back to his lair, where I found him bleeding out. He had to have gone through the seals to get into the penthouse. The Nonagate inherited his mother's power to create corridors. He's sloppy, but he can do it. He stumbled out of the penthouse and created a corridor to escape with. He was bleeding badly, and his blood trail his route home. I believe you need to know the start and end points of a corridor when you create one. Carmelina couldn't create a corridor to the penthouse because the interior of the council building is a closely guarded secret. I don't think Carmelina knew the Nonagate could create corridors. He was supposed to die in the locked room at the end of the island. Her plan was solid except for two wild cards, the Nonagate's ability and my return from exile.
Show me your truth.
Present your evidence, construct the truth!
Don't test me.
We know he breached the fourth holy seal. I'm fairly certain he didn't just turn round and go home after making it to the entrance of the penthouse. Present your evidence, construct truth. Nothing. That is all of my evidence. I have nothing to present. I have considered your truth, ruminated on the implications, soaked in the facts, steeped in the leaves of veracity, examined the grains of legitimacy, skinny dipped in the lake where the undead serial killer lurks, waiting for the killer to arrive so that I may see that justice. This is some kind of metaphor there. It's like a Friday the 13th reference. I was trying to think of some metaphor there. I don't know if that came together. There is no jury here. I must leave it to the impartial sword of justice within me to stab through the heart of the lies and let the blood of truth flow. The secret killer is the truth. A truth is revealed, a truth is known, a truth proves.
Die Nonagate. Guilty.
How was that pronounced? It's not how I was pronouncing it. It sounded kind of odd. Nonagate guilty. Doom. The tendrils of conspiracy snake around us. Starlight has a case file that will help us chop back the tendrils and expose the truth hiding within. Review the evidence, investigator. Uncover your truth. All right. Carmelina's alibi breaker. We know Nonagate. All right. Yuri took the key. Grace Bloodlines. Carmelina killed Grace Bloodlines. That's what we're saying. Yuri aided Henry's possession. Carmelina recruited Yuri. Henry's movements. Akiko helped Henry escape. Carmelina recruited Akiko. Fake sigils. All right. What are we proceeding to? Reveal the conspiracy. Can you explain the conspiracy? Can you refine the truth from the ore of crime?
Like this.
I believe that Carmelina initiated a conspiracy to kill the council last night. She created Perfect 25 and wanted to make sure it was hers. Carmelina is being punished for her father's crimes. The Silence family were barred from ever being on the council as part of his punishment. Crimson told me that Carmelina has put a number of motions to join the council that have all been denied. She's a genius architect that has helped the Syndicate birth a potentially perfect island. Does she feel she deserves a seat on the council?
I cannot hide.
She knows the 25th island will be perfect. Is she worried she won't get credit for it?
Don't test me.
Witness testified that he's worried that Carmelina has changed. Maybe she expects more reward for her craft.
Is this a fact?
Carmelina had a secret child, the Nonagate. She kept him hidden in trans-dimensional corridors that she built with her skills as the architect.
Is this a fact?
When I found the Nonagate, he told me his mission had been to kill the council. He had a knife slick with the blood of the council members. He completed his mission. The Nonagate would birth a new syndicate, dying for Carmelina's sins.
Cannot hide.
Carmelina took a lump of flesh from the god, crying grudge to get through the fourth seal. She fused this to the Nonagate's body.
Paradise feels wrong.
Yuri confessed to being recruited by Carmelina.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Yuri got the key to the second seal from Hicks under orders from Carmelina.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I believe Yuri helped Henry obtain forbidden books on demonology.
Crime cannot hide.
If Henry became possessed by a demon, it would initiate the end of the island and allow Carmelina's plan to be put in play.
Like this.
Henry's possession called for an exorcism.
And the truth are not the same.
Carmelina wanted Henry to kill Grace Bloodlines to give him a prior history of murder. When he didn't step up, Carmelina intervened and killed Grace herself. A demonically possessed citizen would be the perfect tool.
Love dies. All that remains are the facts.
Carmelina recruited Akiko into her plan.
Crime is repulsive.
Akiko aided her by purposely leaving Henry alone with Grace.
Paradise feels wrong.
Akiko faked Henry's escape, putting a possible killer into play.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
Akiko knew the first seal marshals would be killed and switched them to protect her beloved marshals.
Crime is repulsive.
Carmelina's plan was achieved by using her trans-dimensional corridors.
Don't test me.
Her alibi looked perfect, but she knew Witness would leave the room when he got a call. She knew Akiko would call at the right time and use that opportunity to slip out of Witness's apartment, get to Nonagate, and deliver her killer to the council building. Do you have anything to say, Architect?
It's cowardly to insinuate, investigator.
You people would have nothing if it weren't for me.
Dare you?
All these islands that you drifted along on, all your tragic little lives, all given to you by me.
What?
I facilitate the syndicate. I craft your homes. I have never been rewarded for my work, never been on the council, always living off to the side. Not even Perfect 25 got me the recognition I deserve. I don't expect the world, just some kind of reward to show what I did was worth it. I mean, I don't necessarily think she's wrong that she should get some kind of reward, so let's ask about that. Worth it? Was this worth it? It would have been. You shouldn't have been called down. I'd crafted a perfect lie.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
How did you know you'd be made leader during the crisis?
Perfection.
That's the irony. I didn't. I didn't expect Justice Incarnate to reverse the law and make me leader. So what was the plan on the next island?
Nonsense.
When the chips are down, every one of the syndicate is a coward and a sycophant. You all want your little bits of power, and for your little lives to carry on ticking by. The next council would be scared, all seniority would be gone, and I would be the one that had crafted Perfect 25. I would make sure that I had the throne.
Pardon?
My father was a victim, but treated like a criminal. He was executed by a coward. You people never appreciate what others do for you.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
The Grand Marshal would give you a loyal army to make sure of it.
Love dies, all
The plan failed. The truth is known. You arrogantly believed everyone would believe Henry, a citizen, was capable of breaching the Holy Seals and murdering the Council. Justice is immune to arrogance. A hideous, heinous truth. A vile truth. Architect, you have been found guilty of conspiring to kill the Council. Your punishment is death. Like a second time, because you already had the one before. The Onyxian claws of conspiracy tear at the flesh of this island. I can feel the dreadful shadow of this conspiracy looming over us. Can you explain this I thought we already did this, Judge. Review the evidence, investigator. Is this about... Oh, this is about the imprisoned demon. So we're talking about Witness's conspiracy now. The other conspiracy. There's more than one. Let's not forget.
This feels wrong.
I believe that Witness initiated a conspiracy to kill the Council last night. Witness has become a fanatic. He has radicalized himself as a devoted servant of the gods.
I don't like this.
He believes the Syndicate has strayed from the holy mission, and I believe he wanted to put the fear of the gods in us.
A bad feeling about this.
Montserrat was devolving into paranoia and was becoming a dictator. Witness has repeatedly voiced his opposition to Montserrat's plans for the next island. Witness took matters into his own hands.
I don't like this.
Carmelina told me about Witness becoming rebellious against Montserrat's plans.
Like this.
Witness openly... She really doesn't like Witness's plans. Witness openly rejected Montserrat's plans to wipe certain events from history and tighten his grip over Syndicate members.
Is this a fact or a truth?
Witness has become obsessed with the idea of a cleansing tide of demons. Like the ancient Great Flood, he wants the Syndicate to be forced to start again.
The facts and the truth are not the same.
The key to Witness's plan was planting a killer demon inside the Council penthouse. That demon would kill the Council, and he'd get away with it. Witness made a call at midnight to a demonic containment crate that had been hidden in the penthouse, unlocking it remotely and allowing it to start its attack. Witness had been experimenting in demonology in a secret bunker within the Dead Zone. He imprisoned the killer demon and later weaponized it. Sam has a secret tunnel running from his bar to the Dead Zone. Witness used that to subvert the security on the Dead Zone and get in. Witness recruited Lydia and Sam into his conspiracy by promising to let them leave the Syndicate on the next island. 2 ex-assassins are perfect tools. Witness got the demon containment crate into the Council building by using Lydia. She rappelled down from the roof of the penthouse and took it in through the maintenance grate. Lydia went through the second seal on witness's behalf.
When love dies, all that remains are the facts.
Lydia and Sam worked together to get the demonic crate through the seals and into the penthouse a few days before the murder. The plan isn't foolproof. There are too many variables. Pinning your hopes on a wild killer demon and believing it wouldn't be traced back to you was foolish. No doubt the intention was a scare tactic more than anything else. Put the fear of the gods into the council to enact change. You used a killer demon as the messenger of angry gods to reshape the syndicate. The plan didn't have to be perfect to get what you wanted. All you needed was a catalyst for change. On a day of horrible truths, this is one of the worst. Why, witness?
This is a joke.
I am surrounded by sin and heresy. You are all focused on the islands and your own little ambitions. What about the gods? What about our holy mission? All but one of the pyramids sit empty, and we have existed for millennia. We are an embarrassment to the gods. The syndicate needed rebuilding.
Bad feeling about this.
And you would be the one to do it? The who is irrelevant. More important is why and how. Reestablish the priority in our faith. Resume our holy mission. Bathe in the radiance of our gods. Get naked in front of them. I do that all the time in front of Crying Grudge. He always tells me to leave. I know he appreciates. I must die a martyr. I tried. I really tried to do the work of our astral lords.
Bathed in the glory of the gods.
I wasn't enough, though. The sin on this island was too great. I hope heaven is everything you want it to be. Witness to the end. You are found guilty of conspiring to kill the council. The punishment is death. So many multi-deaths happening here. The Parlor of Justice has played host to the truths of the investigator. Were the truths as expected? Does esoteric knowledge reveal the truth, or did it remain hidden in mystery? The investigator will become executioner and will execute justice. The trials end. Took a while. Grand Marshal Akiko 14. The verdict is execute. Execute justice. Shot. Grand Marshal shot. Architect Carmelina. The verdict is execute. Execute justice. Blam, blam, blam. I wonder if we got the dog as well. A Crimson Acid. The verdict is you can go. It's fine. Dr. Doomjazz, the verdict is, yeah, you're doing okay as well. Turned out. The accused, Henry Division, the verdict is, release, but he's gonna die anyway when the island ends, so it's a little bittersweet there. The ferrywoman, Lydia Daybreak, the verdict is, execute. Well, sorry, Lydia, but blam, blam, blam. No one gets favoritism in the sights of the justice gun. Sam Daybreak, the verdict is execute. Blam, blam, blam. It would be easy to miss him since he's a skeleton. Like, it could just go right through his ribcage. Witness to the end. The verdict is execute. Well, I'm not actually sorry about this one. Blam, blam, blam. Secretary Yuri Knight, the verdict is execute. Your perfect muscles won't save you from the bullets of justice. Blam, blam, blam. The unforgiving specter, one last kiss. The verdict is, even if she was guilty, could we kill her? Does that work? I don't know if that works. The hidden killer, Nonagate, drag his body out here so I could shoot it. The verdict is execute. The bizarre killer demon, the verdict is that no, he didn't do anything. Killer demon was innocent. I never expected killer demon to be innocent the whole time. You have proven that Henry had nothing to do with the crime to end all crimes. He was nothing more than a pawn in a dreadful game of murder and secrecy. You have earned the title of Grand Investigator. Your weapon is unlocked. On the next island, you will reform the Paradise Psycho unit with... like, there's barely anyone left, so you'll figure something out. Island 24 is about to die. Island 25 waits for us. What kind of island will it be? I mean, all I know about it is that there's a bar somewhere. That's the only thing I know. Are you happy with your truths? Did you get the convictions you wanted? You entered into a battle with the facts, the truths, and the suspects. Did you emerge victorious? The courtroom could only allow so many truths to emerge from their hiding places. Are there more to hunt? I'm pretty sure there's not. If you believe that things are not as they seem, there is still a way to punish the guilty. Grand Investigator Lady Love dies. I will lead you to... What does that mean? If anyone was left alive, can I just shoot people indiscriminately? That's what I wanted to do at the beginning, but punish those that you deem guilty. Execution or exile are variable punishments. You may also let them go free. Please work for the best interests of Perfect 25.
Lies within a conspiracy.
Thank you, Judge. I love my gun, and I have now a license to indiscriminately shoot anyone I want. Thanks. When you are ready to wave goodbye to Island 24, do so from the rearview mirror in Lydia's car. Yeah, he was going to take me to the next island. Lydia's dead. Do we have a replacement driver? The car will take you to the... Okay, just on its own. And to Perfect 25, use it at my discretion. Justice has been served. Choice and consequence. Those of you which have not been found guilty of destroying Paradise may leave and wrap up your business before we move to Perfect 25. A marshal shall take Henry back to his cell. Marshals will clear away the executed. They will not be remembered. They will not be honored. And back at the bar on Perfect 25. She completed the job. Was there more to do? The investigator always trusted her heart. She would decide if Paradise had been saved. We're on Perfect 25, so it must have been saved. Saved isn't a binary state. Solving a crime doesn't mean the world is fixed. That's scary. It is. I hope she knew what she was doing. I'm sure she did. This is Lady Love Dies we're talking about. And back on the island. Paradise is indebted to you. No matter what truth you made, you believed in Paradise. I hope that we will never have to work together again. I hope crime can be eradicated and Paradise can be perfect. That's an unrealistic dream. Crime infects every society. You are right. The Syndicate's way of governing is flawed. It always will be. I look forward to working with you again. Truth will always need an investigator and a judge. So I guess Judge does get to go to 25 then. When you have finished executing justice, please move to the next island. So much blood. Just so much blood all around here. But there are a few that do not have blood. All right, well, we convicted everyone who we were thinking of convicting. Though oddly, not Killer Demon. I guess that doesn't really matter. It doesn't especially matter that Killer Demon was declared innocent. But let's go talk to the people who actually... Oh. His boat is out there. Like is he sinking his boat as we're about to go to the next island? Sploosh.
Brief warning.
All right.
getting saved.
Nanny, the hell?
That one particular soundbite is a big reason why I turned the soundbites off. Are you sunk your boat? Always do love dies. Send the old girl off at the end of an island.
Favorite investigator.
Time to move on. Fresh start. Are you looking forward to the future love dies? Well, you know, let's be an optimist. The sun will come up on a new island. The warm light dancing on the ocean. The start of something new. Come to play doctors and nurses one last time before the end of the island. Oh, so we can just either kill him or, like, send him out into exile? Well, as far as we know, there really wasn't any evidence against him. We thought there might have been, but I don't think there was. Let's just say farewell. I'll see you on the next island. I'll have a new yacht that needs christening, Love Dies. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, hey, Shinji's over there. There's the jet ski, so I guess we don't actually have the option of going to see Crying Grudge. Did you try using this jet ski? Don't answer that. I really don't care. I managed to get to the top of the pyramid and back. Not sure it could do that again, though. Laters. Well, I guess the jet ski wouldn't have been coming with us to the next island anyway. Henry's still there on his island prison all alone. I suppose we could try to look around for those remaining red things if we wanted to. I don't think we need to do that, though. We spent all this time running around trying to find the evidence to convict everyone that we thought we needed to, and we did it. I don't think we need to look for any more. Lady's back in town. You got your gun back. Justice has been served, and the PPU will be reborn on Perfect 25. I've got a favor to ask. I'm not surprised. You need people for the Paradise Psycho unit, right? You want to be on the team? I'm the glamour of the battlefield, and I have a good stock of secrets. Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm glad to be back.
You're hired. I want a corner office. Fine by me. Did you need something before the end of the island, boss? Well, yeah, but now that you're working for me, like I'm your boss, it would probably be unethical, so I'll just say goodbye. I'll see you on the next island, Crimson. Sure thing, lady. Alright, so there's the car. Yeah, let's go talk to Henry, who's kind of the depressing one, even though we cleared him. He doesn't get a good ending, though. He's just gonna stay on that cell until the island vanishes. I guess we can't help him out with that one. Oh, hey, there's a guard that took Akiko's place. Hey, I killed your boss. By executing Akiko, you have destroyed any hope of Perfect 25. At least try to redeem yourself by executing the true murderer. Refute this about this true justice. The true justice has already been served. Justice? Akiko would only ever act to protect the council. I don't know how you trick Judge, but you'll never trick me. Now, execute Henry before this island shuts down. He doesn't deserve to see its magnificent end. Hey, Henry, how's it going?
Quite a fucking show!
I'm amazed I'm still here. Well, at least we got him to smile about something. You were scapegoated. I was just doing my job.
Spent my entire life adrift.
I appreciate it. That's the first time someone has stood up for me. I spent my entire life adrift, just like my voice sample said. The world happened around me. I moved between currents. Nothing I did was good enough. Nothing ever worked. No one wanted me. You believed in the truth. Thank you. Oh, well, there's no exile. I was kind of hoping we would just say, hey, get out of here, you scamp. No, get out of here. No, we can't do that. Well, bye. You can't leave this island. I'm just a shit-munching citizen. There are a load more for you to abduct for the next island, right? I've got a demon in me. Can't have that on your precious new island, can you? Goodbye, Henry.
Whatever you fucking say.
What fucking ever. Yep. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything we could ever actually do to him. Do for him, I should say. And that's all of the survivors. There's the car over there. Oh, wait, One Last Kiss is still up there. Did they let me do fast travel? Yeah?
Sorry.
No answer. Guess I'm gonna have to walk everywhere now that Lydia's been executed. I guess so. I guess I am. I killed my fast travel. Probably should have gone to talk to her before I left, like I came down here, because she would have been closer to where I started from. I don't know why I can still look at that scene over there. Like the body's over there. Well, I guess I could go over there. I don't know what reason there would be for it. Huh. Dead birds? Oh yeah, I guess the birds are all dying out. Cannot establish a connection. Yeah, there's really no reason to come here, but there is still an icon for it. Oh well. Let's get to... Let's see. Let's get to a high point. Can I don't know if I can stand on that. Yeah, I can. right, over there. It was not high enough.
Brief warning.
It's not high enough.
Brief warning.
Be careful where you're walking when you are using your detective vision. Oh, right. This is a dead end right here. Around this way. Don't know if I can actually jump my way up that hill. Maybe it's better if I just take the normal way. It's very tempting to not take the normal way, as you have seen. As I have made many attempts to go places not the normal way. Repeatedly throughout this playthrough. Only to find that I was not able to do it. But I wanted to try. The game really does open up once you get the double jump and the air dash. Yeah, One Last Kiss is one that really does take you a while to get back to if you don't use fast travel. It's kind of a trek. Hi.
Who would benefit from a crime like this?
Are you happy with your truths? As I can be. Happy as I can be. Hard to be happy in the shadow of crime. That's all anyone can ask, I suppose. I hope you enjoyed this investigation. I did. My time on this island is at an end.
Perfect and thank investigator.
If you can. And so, One Last Kiss went back to her home planet. Alright, so now that is all of the survivors. So let's head to the car. Well, turns out that the car never actually needed a driver, I guess. Pretty cushy job Lydia has, if you can get it. Don't know if the dog is still around. I mean, the dog's icon is not here. It vanished a while back after we gave Bear-chan a treat. I don't know if Bear-chan is actually still on the map. Oh. I didn't do this one. Okay. Let's get C4. Crystal sparkling water. Sparkling water, famed for its crispness and delightful mouthfeel. Wow. The last drink we got was the most boring one. It's, hey, have a sparkling water. Yeah, sure, I could have one. The drinks are usually a bit more flashy than that. But maybe that just represents the illusion of paradise being torn away for Lady Love Dies. It's symbolic, you understand. If you want to live, stay back. All right. I have a car to catch. All right, up there. Hello.
Stay back.
All right, have fun disappearing with the island, I guess. Let's take off. Let's save our game. No, not that. This. Yes, this.
Game saved.
Here we go. With Lydia gone, I guess I need to drive out of here. Is it time to go? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Time to get out of here. Closing Island Sequence 24. Applications. Ready for Island Sequence 25. Perfect 25 awaits. A new island, a new council. The Syndicate has been changed forever, in that more than half of it is dead now. Like, 2/3 of it is dead now. We're gonna need to get more recruits. Facts and truth. Truth and facts. Paradise needed saving. Was it worth it? Was it saved? I breathed life back into Paradise. Time for Perfect 25. I'm gonna miss Love Dies. We could have had something special. Nothing brings people together like the impending obliteration of a pocket of reality. Still, at least the case of the Paradise Killer got her out of exile. I wonder if her truths were right. I guess I'll never know. I hope Perfect 25 was worth it. Obviously, I hope they all die in a fire, but for their sakes, I hope they enjoy it. I've only known humans for a short amount of time, but they all seem to be idiots that only work for themselves. I'm sure they'll fuck it up nicely. Anyway, time to watch reality die. And that is Paradise Killer. Well, we could have gone to judge and started the trial at any time, but I was really enjoying this and wanted to just explore every nook and cranny, probe every crevice, as we did, to get as much of the juicy truth that we were able to extract and squeeze into the processed... Oh, lyrics. The processed juice of justice. And, we got everyone, like almost everyone killed. And we got all the people who we thought were guilty. They're all dead. Well, thank you for the game. Thank you for the gifts. Oh, do we have some drinking? What's being talked about at the old blood bar? So that's how it ended. A weird turn of events. The strangest paradise yet. Is this paradise safe? Of course it isn't. This is the Syndicate we're talking about. Will we need her again? We always will. She's the only one that can save paradise. But their love cannot be defeated, even though we shot them dead. Look, like I said, they were tired of immortality. They said they wanted to give it up, so, I mean, we just helped along a bit. Just, a little bit. Well, that's our playthrough of Paradise Killer. We got all the evidence, and I guess, like, the way that the trial goes is that it may not, if you don't have enough evidence, maybe it doesn't tell you for sure one way or another if you got things right. But as it was, we got so much evidence that basically everyone who we accused ended up admitting it and incriminating themselves and other people in the process of conspiracies. And like I said, apparently you can start the trial at any time with however much evidence you have at that time. And maybe you don't have enough to actually convict people, or maybe you just go ahead and convict Henry like everyone thought. I had a really good time playing this. I had a good time exploring the island, seeing the sights, talking to the characters, listening to the great soundtrack, great music in this game. And I thought that I liked how it came together in the trial, how all of the bits and pieces of evidence that we came across came together in the end there for the trial. Also, something that was really nice was the way that the computer, Starlight, organized all of the clues. That was pretty nice. I didn't actually have to keep notes myself. Like, in any other mystery game, I might take some hot notes. In this one, I really didn't need to do that, because the laptop just organized all the information very well. So you could look at all the information per case, or all the information per character. And it just had everything sorted very well. And I really liked how they did that. Paradise Killer was a game that I played the demo of, I think back in April, and that kind of came out of nowhere at the time. I wasn't aware of it. Really enjoyed what the demo was hoping that the game would live up to that potential, and I think it definitely did. I really like the style of the game. Clearly, Suda being a huge influence, and of course, I do like some Suda, so I quite enjoyed the aesthetic of the game. Well, I don't know, I might have some more thoughts about the game, but honestly, I'm kind of tired of talking at the moment, so I think we'll just say goodbye to Paradise Killer, say goodbye to the island, and say goodbye to the Syndicate, most of which is dead, and Lady Love Dies now has, for her efforts, she now has the ability to just shoot anyone she wants. And isn't that just the best reward any of us could hope for? That's been Paradise Killer.